Back everyone. So today we will diving into world of EC2 instance. So one of the most fundamental and powerful services offered by AWS, and we are going to dive into world of AWS EC2 instance and explore like what they are and how they work. So in this video we will guide you through the process of setting up an EC2 instance from scratch, so you can get started with your cloud computing journey. So let's start it. So before going to the EC2 instance, let's understand the basic of cloud computing. So let's quickly understand the concept of cloud computing. So if we talk about the cloud computing, so cloud computing is the delivery of on-demand computing resources over the internet. So instead of hosting application and services on your local servers, you can use the cloud to access and manage these resources remotely. So this is our basic cloud computing. Let's talk about the EC2 instance. So this full form of EC2 instance is like Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, so commonly known as 2 EC2. So this is a core service offered by AWS. So EC2 allows you to run virtual servers known as the instance in the cloud. So if you need to deploy any form of compute which requires the operating system, database, networking, application, and you need to manage all of them, then EC2 will do this for you. So these instances are flexible, scalable, meaning you can easily adjust their resources based on your needs. So let's talk about the features of this instance. So first one is the IS, which means like it provide the virtual machines. So means your consumption is the instance, and this instance is configured in certain set of the allocated resources. Next one is the prior, like these instances are private by default, and these instances using the VPC networking. So if you want to EC2 instance become a public, then you need to change or set up the networking in the VPC. So these VPC which is configured with your EC2 instance need to support the public access. So next feature is like about these instance failure. So if availability zones fails, then your instance also gets failed. So this means like this EC2 instance is launched into specific subnets, and this subnet is specific in availability zones. So means if availability zones fails, your instance will also get the fail. Next one is like on demand billing per second. So this means like how much time you are running and your resources which configured with the instance, you will need to pay for that. And if your instance is stopped or terminated, you will not be charged for that. Next one is like instance storage. So in EC2 instance, you will get the two types, like a local on host storage, and one is elastic block storage, EBS. So this local host storage come with your instance, and this elastic block storage you need to create EBS, and then you need to attach that with your instance. So these two have a specific benefits, which we already talked in another video. Then we talk about the instance life cycle. So an EC2 instance has the attribute called the state, and we have a three state: running, stop, and terminated. So if instance is running, then you are using the CPU, memory, disk, and networking, and all of you are using, though you need to pay for that. If your instance is stop, then you are not using the CPU, memory, networking, but AWS allotted the disk to you, and you need to pay for that. And if your instance is terminated, then none of the resources you are using, and you don't need to pay for that. If we talk about the instance lifecycle, then when you launching your instance, then your instance in the running state, then then you have two options like a stop or terminate. Then if you stop this instance, then you have the option to run, then you have an option to run again. But when you terminate the instance, then you don't get the option to run that instance. So you need to careful before terminating the instance. Then we have next one is Amazon Machine Images, which we called AMI. So if we talk about these basic, we already created a full detailed video about the AMI. You can watch that. We can cover some basic on. So AWS AMI stand for the Amazon Machine Images, which is a pre-configured template that contains the information required to launch an instance in Amazon EC2. In simpler terms, if we talk about in simpler terms, an AMI is a snapshot of virtual machine that you can use as a starting point to create a new instance. And in AMI, we have a three type of permissions like AMI public, which like everyone can use. Then one second one is like AMI owners means like who is created, then they can only use that. Then then third one is the explicit means like if someone created the AMI, then they can share with the other ones AWS account. They can give the permission and others AWS account can use that. Next one is like how do we connect this EC2 instance. So if we talk about the Windows EC2 instance, you can connect with the remote desktop protocol, and this run on the port 3389. And if we talk about the Linux instance, then you can use with SSH protocol, which runs on the port 22. And when you are connecting with Linux instance, then you need to authenticate to this instance, therefore you need to key pair. So when you generating the key pair in AWS, you will get the public and private key. Private key you need to download and store in your local. Public key will store in AWS EC2 instance. When you're trying to connect within your local computer with the EC2 instance, then AWS will match these keys, and if keys are correct, then you able to connect with it. So this is all about the basic of EC2 instance. Next we will see the demo, like how we launch the EC2 instance and see more other features of these. So let's start that. So guys, we are in this AWS dashboard. So this is a newly created account. So when you're able to log in your account, just go to this console and just search EC2 and click on this. Then you will go to the EC2 dashboard and you will see all the other features of this EC2. So before launching EC2 instance, we need a key pair to authenticate this instance with our local terminal. So just scroll down and you get the option like key pair. Just click on this, and we need to create a new key pair. So click on the create and name this demo. Choose the type of RSA, and we have option for like a PEMP and PPK. PEMP is for the OpenSSH for the Linux and Mac, and PPK for is the when you're trying to connect with the PuTTY. So I'm using in Mac, so I'm choosing PEMP. You can choose PPK if you're using Windows. Just click on the create. Now you can see like these private keys downloaded in your local, and private public keys stored in this AWS. Now we need to go to the instance, and you can see like there is no instance, so we need to launch this. Click on launch. So you will get this new dashboard where the all information are coming. So first option is like a name and tag, so we need to give the name. So I am giving like my first EC2. Then we need to choose the Amazon machine images. So Amazon already provided some of the AMIs. For example, Amazon Linux, Mac OS, Windows, Red Hat. You can choose any of them. I'm choosing this free tier usability like Amazon Linux. I'm recommended that you can also choose that. Then we have the architecture 64-bit. Choose that one. AMI ID we can add. If you're not able to find, just search this AMI ID. We will get. Then we have instance type. So if you click on here, you will get the other instance type like a T2, M2, T3, but we are choosing this we are choosing this free tile visible. For you it is different, but I am recommended that you need to choose the free tire. Then we have a key pair option, so we need to select a key pair which we need just now created. So we created this demo, so just select that. Then we have a networking setting. So here we need to create a security group. We have already default existing security group, but we are trying to create new one. And this new one security name as the launch result hyphen one, and this allowing to access traffic from anywhere. So we already make a video on this, like in more details. You can go through that and get the information. But for basic, we are allowing the this instance to connect with anywhere. Then we have a config storage, so I am choosing as a default one. Then we have advanced details that we don't need to go. So just launch this instance. So it will take a time to creating the instance and creating the security groups. So now you can see like our instance is launched. Just go to EC2 instance, refresh. You can see like instance state is pending, and here you will get the all information. Like first section of the details, you get like instance ID. Now you refresh that, you can see like instance state, it's showing running. Then you will get the all information like public IP address, private IP addresses, other VPC IDs, and all other things like a subnets, AMI ID. You get the securities like how which security group is attached one, networking, all the IPs are there, storage. So all other, you can check the status checks like initializing, still is initializing. You need to see. Now you can see like it's running everywhere. So status checking is continuously going on. So you need to refresh again. So it will take some time to analyze. Then we have monitoring where the showing the CPU utilization and other things. Then we have a tags which we named at. So let me refresh again. It's showing in slicing. You can see the availability zone is US East 1A, all other things. So let me, now we can see like how to we connect this instance. So just select this one instance which we created, like my first EC2, we need to connect. So this is the first one option is to connect EC2 instance in a browser. So this is the easiest way. So let me show you. Just click on the connect. So this will give you the terminal in AWS for this for to connecting to this instance. In this you don't need to any key pair. You can directly connect and work on that. So it's established the connection. You can see like we are now able to connect this Amazon Linux 2023. We are closing this one. Then second one is session manager. We already created on this one video. You can go and watch that. Then we have SSH client. So we will try to connect with this one. So first you need to open the terminal. Open this one, and you need to go to your directory where you store this one. So I downloaded in my file in downloads. Now you need to give the permission cmod 400 demo this spam file which AWS try to access. If you don't give you this one, you will get the permission error. So just I'm not running this command, just directly running this command, so you can see that. So it's asking permission, yes. So you can see like It's required that your private keys are not accessible by others. So you need to give the permission for this damp file. So first we need to select this one and enter. Now copy this command and click here. And for Windows, it's different. I will attach the link. You can follow that, but steps are the same for the Windows also. Just enter. Now you can see we are able to log in this Amazon Linux 2023. So this is all about like how we launching this instance, how we keep connected. So this is all about the basic of EC2 instance. So if you like this video, like and subscribe our channels for more content. Thank you so much.